Playoffs are chaos. You can't commit to thousands of rally towels if you don't even know you're advancing. But once you win, the clock starts. So how exactly do these get made in time for the next game? And look, I am not an expert in screen printing. I sit behind a computer most days, but we are lucky enough to have somebody that knows a lot more than I do. So let's go speak with Jeremy.
Hey, I'm Jeremy, the General Manager, Vice President Operations here at Pro Towels. Just thought we would show you the process today of how we do beach towels, which is our niche here at Pro Towels. So we'll start out in the screen room and I'll take you through every step of the process. So this is the screen room. A lot of things going on in here. You're bringing in screens that have been reclaimed after we finish jobs. You're recoating those screens and getting them prepared for the next order. On this side, once the screen has been dried and prepped for the next order, then we're gonna set them up over here and get them staged for the laser unit. The laser unit is queued up by art, and the art files are sent over from the artist, and I'll kind of show you how that works. So you got an operator here that runs this laser. This is the most high-tech piece of equipment that you can get. The laser allows us to go in and harden the emulsion, which is this pink stuff. We harden it with the laser, and the only thing that's left is the image. We wash the image out with water. So download the file, queue up the file, print the screen, and then it goes over here. This is the washout process. This has been the same for 70 years. So use the water to wash out the image. So once that image is completely washed out, we will take it, squeegee it off, dry off the water, and bring it out here for the next step in the process. So this is a screen that has already been washed out. Once it completely dries, we'll tape it up. We'll block out any areas where there may be ink that follows through, and this screen is ready for preparation. You can see we have two sets of screens here. So you've got your 2536, which is done on your we call rota side for your standard and small jobs. And then you've got your oversized screens, which is really a niche for us. These screens are generally 50 by 80, maybe 60 by 80, but you can see how big they are. This allows us to do beach towels. This is what makes us the horsepower we are today, is the ability to print this big of an image. Now this area here is our ink area. So you've got water base over here. Another thing we do here at Pro Towels that separates us from the rest is we mix our own water-based ink. So we have full control over the water-based ink that goes on our towels. It also allows us to price our stuff better, just because we put the effort into the front side of the ink process. We use automated ink mixing stations, so we know that we're dialed in on all your colors. We don't guess when we set up all of your colors. We keep everything as a PMS, so we've got all the PMS colors people have requested. And in this case, it's very important to a customer that you match their PMS color. So that process will take its way down to the QC process on the end of the printing station. We'll head down here to the belt printers. This is probably one of my favorite things here. I've been doing this 20 plus years. I never realized how important towels were in this industry, and it's pretty huge. They just happen to be running a huge order today. This is 3,000 beach towels. Another thing that separates Pro Towels is the team that runs these machines. They've been doing this for 25 to 30 years. I mean, they know it as good as anybody in the country. There's a method to do this and do it right, and these guys have it figured out. This is called an M&R Predator. It's a very unique machine. It was built in 1998. It was repurposed. It was designed originally for fabric printing. We've repurposed it to do oversized beach towels, and then of course, we're one of the best rally towel, if not the #1 rally towel supplier in the country. So we can do the beach towels roughly around 25 to 3,000 a day on a shift. And then we can convert this machine over to rally towels, which we kick it up a notch. We probably get 15,000 a day. And with our customers, it's a requirement. Just to give you an idea of how this machine works, the machine's got 6 heads on it. It's got a platform and a belt that moves and stops underneath each head. Each head represents a color of ink. So the first head is what they call a smoothing head. That head lays down all the fibers so we get a nice smooth print. That's also something we created to take it to the next level. The towels are very fibrous, so you have to do something to get them smooth. That does it. Now we're only running one color right here, so all these other heads would be utilized if it was up to 6 colors, which again, not many people could do that. At this point, they print the image, the colors. We're doing a Prolucent on this one, so it's kind of a tonal thing. Then you've got a conveyor here at the end. This gentleman is looking for imperfections, but his main job is to pick that towel up and transfer it from the belt printer to a curing station. This whole process is very lengthy. It's probably 100 linear foot of process split between printing and the dryer. It's water-based ink, so the only way you can cure this ink is to get all of that moisture back out of that ink and the towel. And at that point, you've got a 100% cured towel that you could wash repetitively. To do that, the dryer has to be extremely long, in this case about 50 feet long, and running about 320 degrees for roughly about 2.5 minutes. This end is very unique. This is the outtake, so these towels have come out, they're cured, they're ready to go, they're super hot. And again, veteran team here, no one on the entry level could do this, but they fold these things a certain way to keep them all nice and clean, package them up, and get them ready for boxing. From this point, they'll put them on a cart. They usually do them in a certain quantity, 10 at a time, 20 at a time. That cart rolls straight over to the boxing area. These gentlemen will come in here, they'll take them and they'll put them in the boxes. They'll palletize the boxes. Then we'll take them and weigh them. We'll wrap them with an automatic wrapping machine, and then we'll label our boxes. Another thing we do that sets us apart is we just don't send blank boxes out. I don't like to get a blank box. I like to know kind of what I'm dealing with. So when you get our stuff, you'll get a box with an order number, the name, the quantity, and how much it weighs, just so you have an idea of what you need to do to prepare for that shipment when it gets on your end. We want to do as much as we can to make it user-friendly for our customers. After that, we have 3 or 4 carriers we use, obviously, UPS, FedEx. We put everything in rows, so those towels get put in the row that they're adjacent with for that day, and then we ship it out the door. So all in all, that's the process from start to finish, minus the customer service side of our beach towels, and that's just a small amount of what we do. I mean, that's our bread and butter, but again, we do a whole lot more. That takes you through the production process, and then the boxing and the shipping side, and that's what makes us successful.
So that is in a nutshell how this process works. It's very surface level, but at least gives you an idea of the screen printing process, especially at such a level as this. I hope you learned something. Stay tuned. We're going to continue showing you all the decoration methods so you can pick which one makes the most sense for your next project. Thank you. I'll see you next time.